This is, I say it has the potential to be a final because it was a final.
Yeah.
We saw this final in the Kansas City Shootout. And now, quarterfinal match, one of these two gentlemen is going out. And I think Chris might be up for a little bit of revenge.
Yeah, say it's he's definitely one he wants it, but we're definitely in for a roller coaster of a match. I say it's going to be a high skill level match.
Well, we talk about Mr. Melling, and he is the reigning and defending Open champion. He has yet to win a shootout. Of course, Darren Appleton taking down the Louisiana Open, and then this gentleman sitting in the chair over there, Mr. Jordan Shepard, takes down the Kansas City Open. So I think Chris wants to add this to his list, and I think he wants it. I think he wants it.
Yeah, he's got a little different aura about him today. He's normally a bit more relaxed, but he's kind of got a pep in his step. So
doesn't he?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match.
Well, and he's making quick work of this rack. Yeah, and just like that, Chris making a statement. This, if you look at the time here, guys, this is 28 minutes and 36 seconds left. That rack took less than 90 seconds. And Jordan's not going to go down without a fight. This could literally be a break and run fest between the two players.
I say this has got a good chance of being a perfect match.
And the only thing that Jordan Shepard will have done wrong is lost the lag.
Right.
There's still some work to be done. This isn't the easiest rack in the world, but it should be feasible for him to finish it out.
Yeah, he's also been saying he feels a lot more comfortable with his cue. He's enjoying it, so I think he said in the KC Open he was still kind of adjusting a little bit to the cue and the reaction of it, so yeah.
Yeah, and he was barring one as well.
Yeah.
And it was kind of
and still wins.
Yeah, kind of a mismatched setup. It's a cue that he's not used to. Now he actually has an American cue that he's playing with that's his own. So I think the comfortability level is there. Of course, he's able to shape the tip how he wants to, get the weight right, all that stuff. So that comfortability goes a long ways. Get a little close to his work here.
Yeah, I think he's still got away with it because he's got the 2 ball in the middle. So
yeah, and the 6 ball up the table.
I still think he'll take the 1.
Just a nice little tap shot. I think I was actually with you. I thought maybe he would take the 1, but I see now that the pattern here is not as steep as I thought it would be. He can shoot the rail first on the 6 ball if he wanted to. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. And just let the cue ball float out. Maybe win an extra rail. I think here he just wants to, I don't know if you take the 7 or the 1 ball first.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the 1 ball, and then obviously he'll still be left with an angle and just come on the kind of the short side for the 8.
Same shot on the 7, yeah. And now he can just go across the table. Not as simplistic as Chris's run out, but this ball goes down, and we've got a 1-1 match when that 8 ball hits the back of the pocket. And there it is. Well, and we knew this was going to be a masterclass when we saw it on paper, and now we're watching it live, and you know the standard is very, very high. Him and Chris together are both very, very, very they're a very funny crew when you have them together, of course. We talked a little bit earlier about Jordan Shepard brought his little big brother over to America for this trip. I wanted him to experience what it's like over here, and so he's over here as well. So all 3 of them together is really, it's a good time.
Yeah, and another European that wants to move over here.
Yeah. Well, a lot of players like the just the the people and the venues that we're going to. Every venue we've been to, even the convention center, that wasn't really a venue, the people were nice. We really enjoyed that, and then doing it in the pool hall for the first time, doing it in an actual pool hall in Kansas City. I can't say enough good things about Bill at Side Pockets Blue Springs.
Yeah, I mean, America has the best pool culture in the world, 100%.
I don't have experience with that, so I can't say for sure, but maybe in the future I can take a trip over there and check it out.
Yeah, just the passion and the sheer amount of people that play. I mean, it's scary how big it is.
Well, and for somebody who's not from the USA, for you to say that tells me, a lot about the situation.
Yeah.
So the last quarter on the list, Chase Stumfall looking to add another I Beat a Pro tag, wants to take out Justin Bergman. Of course, he has Tyler Steyer on that list.
Yeah, I say he's definitely got the mentality for it. He doesn't shy away from anything.
He loves to play and he loves to win. Well, and we talked about this would be what causes the issue for either player, and it's just a dry break. Now, there is a situation here with the balls, and I think Chris can get out of it. He's going to have to do something with the 14-11, but he's got a pretty good layup on some balls to just get a simple touch.
Yeah, and I think he'll break it out, the 10 off the 11, just to open it up after taking this one on. So.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, he's just going to go off the ball. That's got to be what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. It's a little scary doing that. I prefer using a little bump because I feel like it keeps the balls close to the same position.
Yeah, I think he's just got a little funny on the shape. So,
but I'm not one to question Chris Melling. So they call him the magician for a reason. He can do some amazing things.
There it is.
Yeah, and he actually got a pretty good movement on all of that, so it worked out for him. This is a big shot here. Controlled it very well. He got straight though.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to draw out of it or punch it.
Punch out. Look by the looks of it. Yeah.
Well, and you can't say enough about how good Chris Melling is. And like we talked about it, I think he's looking for a little revenge. Chris is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. You can walk up to him, you can have a conversation with him, you can have a discussion with him. He doesn't shy away from it. He's gonna talk to you genuinely, not as a pity party type thing. He really is incredible. So if you're ever at an event and Chris Melling is there, definitely go talk to him. But you might not want to talk right this second because that dry break is gonna probably give Jordan his in back into this match. Jordan looks so comfortable on these tables for having not ever played on one until 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's scary to think.
An 8-ball is definitely his game. We kind of knew that time wouldn't become a factor in this match.
Yeah,
we're on rack number 5 at 20 minutes. So these racks have been averaging 2 minutes apiece.
Yeah, I think we could almost afford a 20-minute match time with these two. But
you might be able to do a race to 10 in 30 minutes with them. He's going to take his medicine here and take a longer 8-ball shot.
Yeah, he got a little funny on the 7, but the way he cues, I think he'll be okay.
There you go. Something he didn't like. The Welsh Wizard. Now back to 1 game down on Mr. Melling, and it will be his break. So we have an opportunity here to steal it back. It's a little younger than Chris, so he's had a little bit less time to rack up those accomplishments, those achievements, but I have no doubt that he'll be adding more and more and more to his portfolio here, but he's not happy with this break.
No, but his face doesn't normally tell the whole story with Jordan. He's quite often he'll not be happy, and he's
perfectly fine.
Straight out anyway. Yeah, he plays mind games, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, I really like him from right here. He's just got one problem ball either way he goes. So it really comes down to which problem do you want to tackle? Do you want to tackle the 12 ball that's in front of the 7?
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to go down to next. And obviously the combo at the top on the 9 and 15 is pretty easy for him.
Yeah. And I figured he wouldn't go for the solids, but Jordan's also pretty creative.
And he's missed. Wow.
Well, and if he's missed, I think he's missed good.
Yeah, he's just apologized, so I think he's hooked him. Maybe we'll see some Chris Melling magic.
Well, they call him the magician for a reason. Let's see what he can cook up. I don't really know what you're shooting for here. This is tough. Oh, he could just curve it around. That's what he's shooting for. Well,
there's still a lot to do from here, though.
You know, most magic tricks look pretty simple. Look at this shot. Just a nice little yank on the cue ball.
Oh,
smooth it around.
Just fouled as well. He's just touched the 6. So yeah, as you know, in Ultimate Pool we play all ball fouls. So any movement on anything, it's an unlucky one right there.
Yeah, and he was just trying to figure out the rest of his plan.
Yeah, he's just working out his angle. And, you know, he likes to use the rails and his cue to figure everything out. And
just a little itty bitty tap on the 6 ball. And Jordan making really quick work of this rack.
Yeah, that's a major let off for Jordan as well. Puts him back even.
And Jordan's really only mistake was the dry break and the missed ball in this rack, and Chris's real only mistake was the dry and the foul against the young gun from Kansas City, Missouri. Well, look at this break. Everything has just, oh, this is disgusting. Well, this is going to be a time burner right here for sure.
Yeah, and he might be looking at potentially the 1. He might be able to get a breakout. It just depends on how aggressive he wants to be. He might be able to cut it into the 1 and break it up. There it is. Yep. And
oh, no. This is still a tough situation here. Look at this shot. Fired it in and just got a little bit too much draw on that cue ball. I think that may be something that some of the European players coming over here, they might struggle with a little bit more, is putting some power into it, because we've talked about it. And over there, everything is kind of tap, 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 whereas here sometimes you have to move the cue ball, and they may not be as good at the power stroke shots, other than maybe Chris, who has a lot of experience with the USA games.
Yeah, and obviously the American white ball is the same size and same weight, whereas obviously the UK, it's a little smaller and lighter. So,
yeah,
you know, it's kind of it goes a lot wider because it's lighter. It doesn't crash into stuff and doesn't really break up and push through as much.
Yeah.
It kind of, everything's going to go a little bit wider, and we play a lot more draw versus top and side, and you know, it's definitely an adjustment, especially a judgment call. You know, if he's used to that cue ball a little bit more, he might kind of hit it a little cleaner, and it goes a little bit wider, and he comes back around.
The other thing we can't forget to mention is that a lot of these guys that come over here from the UK and they go back over there and they play ultimate pool events over there too. So they're switching games back and forth, which can, that can be tough too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely a difficult task to, you know, juggle two disciplines.
It's like playing tennis one weekend and playing
pickleball the next.
Pickleball the next.
Yeah.
You know, the idea is the same, but the equipment is totally different. So, great shot there by Chris. He's got a lot of work to do here. I just don't know where to start.
Yeah, I would love to give you some insight on what I think he's going to do, but I'm probably trying to play safe, but it looks like he's got something.
I kind of like playing safe behind the 11, but he's got something in mind. This is why they call him the magician. Oh, wow, what a shot. Yeah. He kind of got stuck in a weird spot, but that was a really good shot there.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to force it.
Look at this right here on the replay. 3 into the 5, and he played it so well, and he just didn't get a huge reward because he's got some balls locked up still.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to find the angle to break it out again. So
Chris is so good at knowing what ball is going to go where, when, and how far it's going to travel. He's going to hit this shot with precision on trying to break these balls out to make both balls available.
Oh,
watch a scratch. Well, this is back and forth with these crazy. This match has been wild.
Yeah, I'll say, and yeah, another let off for Jordan Shepard. He can be in again.
Yeah, that's so wild the way that happened. Oh, and Jordan Shepard here wants to hold on to that shootout title that he earned in the Kansas City shootout. And he's going to inch one game closer if he can manage to finish this rack out. Oh, and he's hit it pretty well.
Yep, and he does it again. He doesn't look happy, and it rolls right in, and it's good to go, I say.
Yeah, that's great right there for Jordan, and Chris has got to be a little sick about the scratch. Both of our referees here really, really good at what they do. I can't give them enough praise because they have a job that often gets forgotten about.
And as we say that, Jordan looks like he's not happy with something.
Big break. And I think he's trying to find a new spot to break from, but it just didn't work for him, so he's going to be unhappy. You'll probably see him look a little disgusted. He got a big boom, but nothing falls.
Yeah, and I think that's something different with obviously the 8-ball on the spot. I still think the pros are trying to work out kind of where to go from, you know, especially even the American players. I think they're probably the best in the world at finding out where to break from, but
yeah,
with it being kind of so new, everyone's breaking a little bit different and trying different things. It's it's definitely interesting to see.
You know, I've even seen some people break to the third ball, not just the standard cut, but on a whole extra ball down on the rack, because everybody's just trying to play with it to find what works, and somebody will. And when they do find what works, everybody will use that particular break.
Yeah, then it'll all be the same, absolutely.
And generally, most players will do either a cut break or a head-on break with power. Well, this is pretty tic-tac-toe at this point for Chris. Rough break for Mr. Shepard.
Yeah,
and
it keeps swinging back and forth, and Chris has got the break again. So
and we're at 4-4, and it's Chris's break. Big break, ball goes down. It's still clustering. So Chris is using that sideball break, and the clusters are really tough on that far side. I thought a ball went down.
yeah, now he broke dry. And yeah, that side break just doesn't seem to be splitting for him.
Jordan trying to work out if the solid will go up there at the top. The 6 ball past the 13. I think it's very, very tight.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the 2 ball.
He's going to have to find a way to shoot at that 6 ball. Just needs a tiny little bump or something to bump out of the way so he can get a clear line of sight to the pocket. This could get interesting here because your normal path is going to run right in the 9, 11, 14. You can draw out of it, but you're moving away from the balls that you need to shoot at. He's going to spin it a little bit and try and work out to that 4 ball, but it's not ideal because he needs some angle to work on that 6.
Yeah, I think he's just going to roll straight through on the short side and pop it over the top. So
you think just a short roll and play the 6 in the top left?
yeah, I think that's what he's looking at. Maybe he tried to just break it out just there.
It looked like he was trying to clip it.
Yeah.
And now I think he's on the wrong side of the 6.
Yeah, maybe he can bump off the 8. Or maybe it goes.
Well, if it goes, it is very deceiving. Wow, that's a good shot. And he really used all of the pocket there, and he used all of it intentionally. Oh.
And he did shoot that a little quicker than he normally would. I know he's on a 15-second shot clock, but quite often Jordan Shepard will use most of it.
And you see him go down there, and he gets about 2 practice strokes in and just bobbles the 8 ball. We talked about this a little bit. As dry as it is here and the table settling, I think this table's going to tighten up over the weekend. There, the shot clock getting to Chris a little bit.
Yeah, he's already used his extension as well, so he'll be mindful of that.
If there was ever a match that you didn't expect to go to the possibility of a 6-ball shootout, I would think that this might be the one, but this is actually very possible.
Yeah, say it was wide open for the first couple of racks, and then all of a sudden the breaks just seemed to get a little messy and tighten up. And I think it's took longer on one rack than it did for the first 4 racks.
Yeah, and if we get another just really clustered rack like that, it's very possible that we could end up in a time situation. Chris Melling taking down rack number 5. That puts him on the hill. Just have some fun with it, but
That's a great break.
yeah, we've got one ball in a weird spot, which is the one ball, but I actually think it.
I think he'll just take stripes and put the 15 up in the corner. So everything else goes. Maybe that 14's a little headache, but I think he'll take stripes.
We've been averaging about 90 seconds a rack. At this point, we need a 3-minute rack or 2 3-minute racks to see that 6-ball shootout. But most importantly for Jordan Shepherd, he needs to win this rack. And he's gotten himself in a weird spot here.
Yeah, I think he's still on the 5, so I think he's okay. Yeah.
And the one ball, as deceiving as it can look on the camera, I do think that it goes.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying take stripes. I didn't think it would go past there.
When Jordan doesn't really want to be on the rail, but he's just going to take what he gets, shoot the ball into the hole. 6-ball is going to follow in the same hole. Yeah, this is great right here.
And we are heel-hole with Chris to break.
4 minutes, 46 seconds on the clock. Big break.
And he makes the wall.
And he's got a shot on a solid, and he's got a problem with a solid. He's got a shot on a stripe, and there's a problem with a stripe. So
yeah, and also the 8-ball's a little tied up as well. So it's not the easiest rack.
yeah, I think if he can make the 13, which I believe he can, it's going to free up that 8-ball. But the 14 is still a problem. And he'd like to be able to just move it out of the way on one of these next 2 shots. That's going to be the angle for it. He needs to get a big bump, not a small one.
Yeah, and he tries to be so precise with his bumps. It's, you can see, and he's just, so you can see where he wanted to get it. And it's definitely going to be a tough one from here.
We are under 4 minutes on the clock, almost under the 3-minute 30-second mark.
Yeah, and we've got the potential for a safety battle here as well. Be interested to see what Chris does.
Now this is tough. He could actually play this up.
Yeah, he's gonna cut it on the top left-hand pocket, and you can see what he's trying to do already.
He's going to come behind the 8-ball.
Don't.
Nope. Oh, man. And this could get rough, guys. We're under 3 minutes. If this is a good safety here, he really wants to be stuck on the 8-ball. And how'd he hit it? Oh, man.
Yeah, I think Jordan can see the 4-ball though, so he's got an easy out.
And now Chris is in trouble. He's going to try and throw this ball. With some spin, and it comes right back at him. So now Jordan Shepherd is going to have the opportunity here to try for the breakout. There's 2 minutes on the clock, roughly. Oh, and he missed his first attempt at the breakout.
Yeah, so he's He's still got an angle. He might play safe again. And we could be getting on wish.
Oh, man. I got to lean forward a little bit. We're less than 2 minutes. Could the inevitable happen?
And obviously with the international 8-ball rules, he has to make an honest attempt to try and hit the 14 as well. So
I think he's done it.
it's
Oh, just by it. So now the time is running. Jordan knows
yeah, it's just, does he have a ball to actually break it out right now?
he's going to play safe.
Yeah, I think he's hoping Chris. Yeah, see, that's a smart shot. Just give him another ball up there to use it as a breakout.
And what do you do here?
Do you take your extension and just try drag it out as much as you can?
And there's the foul.
Yeah.
50 seconds left on the clock. Jordan has more than enough time to finish this out.
Yeah. So if he gets on the 6, I think he'll be super comfortable.
Can't let the time cause any issues.
It's still a touchy shot under pressure.
Yeah, and a missed ball here would give Chris enough time to get to the table. I don't think he's going to miss it, though.
No, but
Oh, he's got kind of a tough shot on the 8-ball.
yeah, and he's hammered
We're under
it
10
over.
seconds. He's got to try something there.
Oh, he's just gone for it.
Oh, my goodness. We're going to a 6-ball shootout with Chris Melling and Jordan Shepard. This is going to go fast. Keep your eyes on it. Watch Chris move around the table. He's got a pretty good break here. 2-ball down. He's going to take the 4. He wants to hold for the 1, just stop shots.
And this is going to be a good time if he doesn't miss.
Yeah, cue ball's moving a little more than he wants it to.
Yeah, and he's got a little funny on this as well.
And the cue ball's going to have to move even more here. He needs for it to stop. We'll
He's
get
asking
it
it to stop.
We'll get an official time, but it looks like we're right around the 24-second mark, but we'll get an official time. The time to beat, 24.16 seconds, and Jordan comes with a big break here.
Yeah, and it's
Very quick. The cue ball's moving, probably more than he wants it to.
yeah, but it's a pretty good layout for him. It's going to be a close one.
Oh, and this shot here is going to
Yeah,
be a tough one.
and I think he's got it if he manages to hold this cue ball. I think he's got about 3 seconds left. 23.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Jordan celebrating like crazy. What a finish. With it, it's got to be under a second. And wow, Jordan Shepard, we're going to talk to him right after the break.